Viewer discretion is advised.
But will be completely ignored.
Spend time with your family?
Sure I do.
Good.
Like TV from other dimensions has a somewhat looser feel to it.
Yeah, it's got an almost improvisational tone.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Wrestling Asylum, starring yours truly, Mr. Nekro, and, of course, Mr. Gunner Moody. Now, before we get started, you're going to have a slight technical difficulty for about 30 seconds because yours truly needs to fix his microphone. So I do apologize. Don't go anywhere. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Another edition of the Wrestling Asylum is on the air. Y'all know what time it is. Of course, like, share, subscribe, stay notified. Telegram, baby mama, Google Plus, your sister's ass, the Pony Express, fuck FedEx, what can Brown do for you, and fuck the Postal Service. Don't forget, we are live every Sunday morning, 11 a.m. at the OTTR Network and my good friend Mitch's Hardcore Sports Network. Check us all out. You know what to do. Also, don't forget, check out the link tree. This is where we get all the links for all the socials, all the archives, where to find us, the merch. Stay up to date with the Pod Bob and never miss an episode. Now, how many times do I have to tell you? Have you kicked the coffee habit? Have you kicked it yet? Have you kicked? See what I did there? That's W Energy and Swift. Our 10 or 15% off with the promo code OTTR Mob. Also, make sure you're looking fly going into spring and summer. Akazi Clothing and Habits 365. Look fly at the club. Look fly at the family barbecue. Even look fly on that date. And giggity. It may just happen. But give a special shout out. Check them out. But don't forget, so we got merch. Go to bonfire.com/store/off the top ropes network. You can find hoodies, t-shirts, tanks, flip-flops even. You never know what you can find there. You got the Black Hearts Angels. You got the Pod Mob Men. You got yours truly. And we're going to have a new logo soon. So stay tuned for that. Because trust me when I tell you, you're not going to want to miss it. You can get these things in a variety of colors. And, well, you'll be supporting the mob. You'll be helping us keep the lights on. And if you're not doing it, what the fuck were you thinking? Make sure you check out the merch. Show some love for your boy. Now, before we get underway, programming note. Our summer season finale before we take our summer break will be either May 17th or May 24th, just in time for Double or Nothing. So I want you to keep an eye on that. But today we got a lot to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. And KB is in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean tuning in. KB, show the love as only he can. Spread the word. You know what time it is. But I got to give you a rundown of the program this week because I promised you something in the What If segment, and I changed my mind at the last second because, I got rocked in the head a little bit. And something else came to me. So in the second half of the program, we're going to ask this unique question. You know, it seems to moi that, how do we want to put this? Lucha Libre is making a hell of a impact on pro wrestling, both over the years and today. But we're going to go with a question that I think you're going to like. And it goes a little like this. The United States fans were introduced to Lucha Libre by Paul Heyman. It was the mid-90s. The Attitude Era was beginning to grow. The little engine that could known as ECW. And guess what? We're going to ask, what if Heyman and ECW working together with Conan didn't introduce us to Lucha Libre? Would we know who Rey Mysterio is, Psychosis, La Parca, Juventud Guerrera, Eddie Guerrero? Would we know about Pentagon, Penta El Cerro Miedo, Rey Fenix? Hell, would we know about Andrade? And what about promotions like AAA, CMLL? We're going to ask that question. But I hinted at it last week. You know, usually we grind our gears. But like I said, we have a problem. Oh, that's another one. Thank you, Tyler. Vikingo, among others. But we have to say this. You know, the last couple of weeks, we've had TNA talent that were supposed to face WWE or AEW talent, and they were getting pulled from those. So, you know, I got to thinking, who's the motherfucker behind all this? Well, the gears need to be rotated, relubed, and reapplied. So this week, the Grind My Gears segment is going to take a hot, long overdue series of maintenance. But this week, don't think I'm not going to give you something that I've been dying to give you. Yes, even Persephone. I'm going to give you something that you've not seen for a while. Carlos Silva. Management and promoter at TNA, I have a message.
Batman, how'd you get here?
Your angel of death awaits.
That's right. You have pissed yours truly off so fucking much. You left me no choice. You forced my hand. I had to walk into the one part of the asylum I have not walked into in quite some time. Carlos Silva, the electric chair, has a shocking gift to give you. So, folks, you're not going to want to miss that, because I might have a double rant in me, but that remains to be seen. That being said, we got to get underway, and we got to talk about Night One last night, WrestleMania. Oh, no, he's probably just blowing his load in Triple H's bitch, but that's beside the point. But we got to get started with Night One and recap WrestleMania. Yeah, as the saying goes, who booked this shit? So, Night One of WrestleMania, we're going to kick things off. We had 6-man tag action. It was Show Speed alongside the tag team champs on Raw, Austin Theory and Logan Paul taking on LA Knight and the Usos. And I got to tell you, at the end of the match, the Usos and LA Knight pick up the victory. But it was after the match where Logan Paul attacked his close friend. And, well, let's just say you might have wanted to have one or too many martinis. And Mr. I Show Speed, after help from the Usos in LA Knight, kind of gave Logan Paul a taste of his own medicine, a piece of his mind, and the fuck you. And put him through the announce desk. Why is it always got to be the Spanish announce table? That's all I'm saying. Overall, not a bad match. Good start. I got to be honest. I was okay with it. It wasn't like, this, that, or the third. I would have loved to have seen a tag team title match, but we'll dive into that more later. Overall, I want to know what everybody thought about it. Tell me what you thought about all the different matches as we go through the card for night one there in the chat. And, let's engage. Are you fucking... Okay, to the TNA booker before we continue.
You ain't shit.
Enough said. You ain't shit is correct. Now, that being said, I want to know why, oh why. I get it. I will give Logan Paul his due. He is, oh God, that'd be funny. Exactly. You're fine, KB. Anyway, so overall, not too bad. I cannot complain. Now, this was a match I've been dying to see because you all have no idea how good this man is. And folks, if you remember him from his time at MLW, you'll know how violent this badass can get. And I am talking about the unsanctioned match between Jacob fucking Fatu and one Drew McIntyre. And I gotta say, I was very thrilled about it. And I will be honest, I was happy about it because it gave us a side to Jacob that this fan base has been dying for. He has been here 2 years. Same. Fucking same. I will tell you this. Give Jacob that mic. You all have, if you've never seen him, you have no idea how good he is. How fucking good he is. And I'm telling you, this was a fight. Back and forth. Jacob Fatu picks up the victory. And I'm going to say this. Drew, if you, like he said on Friday night, if you thought putting him in a cop car would embarrass him, let me tell you something. He got himself out of a lot of serious shit. Oh, dude, absolutely. And guess what? I'm calling this now. It's not a prediction, a spoiler, whatever. Within less than 2 years, either world champion or WWE champion. We know he was a U.S. champion at one point. And, yeah, Tyler, you're not kidding. It is fire. I will say one thing. You know what has me happy is to see Jacob doing his thing and having a good time with it. So, folks, shout out to one Mr. Fatu. Loved every minute of it. Now, I can't believe it. Trying hard not to go, bleh, but it is what it is. We had a fatal 4-way women's tag team championship match. Now, we had Lash Legend and Nia Jax paying tribute to Demolition. Shout out for them. They look good. Charlotte and Alexa looking good. Lyra and Bailey. Yeah, but we'll talk about that at another time, Tyler. I'll keep that in mind. But it was when the Bellas showed up. Turns out Nikki did a 3-for-1 special on her ankle and had the surgery recently. And it was revealed that they called an old friend. That's right. Paige Saraya had returned. And we got to see her mix it up with Lyra, Lash, Nia, Charlotte, Women's Revolution starters, baby, Bailey, and Alexa. But it would be Paige with the Rampage to pick up the victory, and her and Brie are your new women's tag team champs. To me, this, I'm glad it wasn't the Bellas as a whole, because I'd have been like, bleh, bleh. But I gotta say this.
Oh, shucky, ducky, quack, quack.
Truth be told, to see Saraya Paige back, shout out, nothing but love, baby. Before we continue, I almost forgot. Shout out to Darby Allin, new AEW World Champion. If you don't like it, change the channel. Bite me. I'll leave it at that. Overall, okay. I didn't anticipate that changing, but look who's coming back, so that's expected. The next match. This one royally pissed me off because it's boring, trash, bullshit. That's right. AJ Lee defending against Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental title. Overall, to me, good fight. Stupid bullshit. Atypical, Becky Lynch regaining the championship. Don't get it. Dumb idea. AJ's entrance was great. I'm pissed Becky won because she didn't need it. Okay, I don't know if AJ's being a part-timer or they're building her as an attraction like they did with Punk for a little bit before she goes hard on it. I don't know, but Becky Lynch is your new Women's Intercontinental Champion. This makes me sick to my stomach. Fuck Becky Lynch. You've gotten to be the new Becky Hogan. And refs, you ain't shit. So, Tyler, thank you for reminding me. To the referees, I almost forgot to tell you.
You ain't shit.
And I'm sorry, but because Becky won, AJ, nothing but love. Mrs. Punk, this isn't your fault. This is Becky's and the referees, but I got to give it this. I'm sorry, had to do it, but it's not on you. It's not directed at you. So, Becky, I hope you get your ass beat again and humiliated. Kayfabe the HJ. Anyway, now we get to a match that I was looking forward to, originally being somebody else instead of Gunther, but it is Seth Rollins versus Gunther. Hell yeah. I was about to say the same thing. You're going to get my thoughts later. Tyler, we're going to dig into night 2 and hype it up very shortly, so stick around. Seth Rollins and Gunther, this saw Seth go to take everything Gunther took at him, but I was not expecting what happened during the course of the match. Not expecting it. 1-1 is 2. Not expecting it. Not expecting it. Braun Breaker still has that momentum and speed like a capability. God damn, 75-yard rush. Boom! Down goes Seth Rollins. Down goes Seth Rollins. Down goes Seth Rollins. I sound like the boxing commentator for the old Mike Tyson fights. I'm sorry, this is too funny. Down goes Seth Rollins. And Gunther is eventually able to not just avoid the stomp, but Gunther is able to put Seth Rollins in the sleeper and put him out, and Gunther wins. And overall, not bad. If Braun wouldn't have gone down with the hernia, that's what we would have got. Braun would have been there. Yeah, just proved Seth's still the bitch. But I digress. So, Seth, since I'm calling you the bitch, you know, need I say more? Shut up. Shut up. I'm not going to even talk about that right now. You're going to kill me. But overall, great job by Braun Breaker healing up. Then, before we get to the last two matches of the night, we had another surprise as John Cena, the host of WrestleMania, is giving us the attendance. We hear the long overdue return of Bianca Belair. And she's looking oh so dapper and debonair. But when she got in the ring, she explained to us why she's not been back for a while. She's gonna be a mommy. That's right. Bianca Belair and Montez Ford are gonna be parents because Bianca is pregnant. And she looked glowing and happy, and that roar from the Vegas crowd told you how happy they were. So shout out to Bianca Belair. Congratulations on being a mama. Yep, she's pregnant. It's her first. So congratulations to the mama to be. Mwah. We expect to see you somewhere down the road. If you decide, hey, I've done it all, I want to be a full-time mom, nothing but love, I'm never going to blame you for that. It's a beautiful blessing. I hope it goes well. And you know what? Montez Ford, this is for you.
Woo! 44, that's me!
Get some cold cuts, get some cold cuts, get some cold cuts.
So shout out to him. Ramin. Anyway, now, the last two matches of the fucking night. And once again, bullshit. She didn't fucking need it. Liv Morgan, your entrance, seductive, hot, you know, probably you made a lot of boys who are entering puberty in this generation want to whack one off. I digress. It is La Primera. Stephanie Vakir, the women's world champion against Liv Morgan. This was a back and forth. But outside interference and all this other bullshit, and Liv Morgan wins. New women's champ. Bullshit. Bullshit. Exactly. Bullshit. Bullshit. She didn't need it. That was trash. That was horrible. Give me a fucking break.
They are trash! Horrible!
That was bullshit. I loved your entrance coming to the ring. I'll tell you one more time. You probably made a lot of young men in this era made their balls drop and probably, you know, stroke one out for you. So
I'm like, what do you say fuck me for?
it's what we do here. We have no filter. Anyway, overall, meh. I got to give it to La Primera. We got the Devil's Kiss. The only thing missing was Booker on commentary going, ah, 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 ah. But we got it from the fans. So I guess it kind of evened out. Now, excuse me. Thank you for what happened. Yeah. It was main event time. That's right. Cody Rhodes defending the WWE Championship against his old mentor, the Viper Randy Orton, and the bane of pro wrestling, the anal butt plug that has pissed us off, the one and only Pat McAfee had to say. Now, before the match started, McAfee attacked Cody, and, Randy got in on it too. Both guys had great entrances before we continued, so shout out to that. Overall, Pat McAfee getting hit with the crossroads, and then I loved this. Jelly Roll getting involved, and put Pat McAfee through the table, and, well, making it as it should have been, and the match didn't need Pat, a one-on-one match. Before I say anything more, I have a message from Mr. Nekro, who can't make it this week. He's on assignment, so hopefully we get him back next week. Gunnar Moody is also taking care of some other obligations. So shout out to Gunnar. We will see you both back next week. Now, I have a message from Mr. Nekro. And I'm going to try to do it as quick as I can. Nekro has stated that after having to sit through this to see Post Malone and now these matches, I can confidently say that anyone that wants to see Jelly Roll wrestle is a Jelly Roll fan in general. And Jelly Roll fans are the kind of people that know exactly how much copper wiring is worth. They're the kind of people that know exactly how to take out a Cadillac converter in 4 minutes flat and not a cold spoon in the house. That is a direct message from Mr. Nekro himself. I swear to God, Nick.
Get him.
Shout out to you. Yeah, he actually is in concussion protocol as a precaution. So, yeah, but once we got Pat McAfee out of it and made it one-on-one, it was everything I expected. The student eventually became the master. Both men ended up bleeding. Pat McAfee tried to come out a second time and play guest referee, ate an RKO for not counting fast enough. Cody was able to hit the low blow, pick up the W. And, of course, after the match, belt shot from Randy. And, of course, field goal kick. And Randy punted Cody. And as we saw, eyes swollen shut, ice pack. And as we learned, he is in concussion protocol. And for his second day meet and greet, he had to pull out of it due to the being in concussion protocol. Fans are being compensated back, refunds, whatever. So even if you don't like that Cody won, fuck you. Don't give a shit. Cody retained. Vola, bellissima, bafangulu if you don't like it. Stafuccia tamingya, kiss my ass. And if you're Italian and you know what that means, shut your mouth, mind your business, do not translate, or else. Anyway, I think that is true. KB makes a valid point. I do believe we'll get Cody versus Randy at Backlash. That remains to be seen. Like I said, they'll run it back. Keep McAfee out of it. Jelly Roll can stay out of it at this point. We already took care of that problem. But there's... Oh, yeah. Hang on. I think Stephen A. Smith wanted me to remind everybody.
They are trash! Horrible!
I think there's a... Because here's the thing. We don't know why Nick Aldis was smiling when McAfee signed the contract. That's number one. number 2. There's one particular match we still need. And it is one that is a rubber match. And I think Cody being champion should be the way to do it. Hear me out before everybody gets pissy. Unleash the national treasure, Nick Aldis. Now, for those of you who think he's injured, let me put you up to snuff. Far from it. He is medically clear. He's never been injured. Triple H saw him in a different role for now to give him time to relax, carrying the NWA title for as long as he did between his first reign, losing it to Cody at All In, regaining it at NWA 70. Jesus Christ, I can't believe I remember all this shit. Take a memo to me, write it down, made myself after the meeting. Okay, good. Anyway, I think that should happen at some point in the not too distant future. Now, as it pertains to Cody going with the low blow, that was a sliver of what can happen if they do what I think they're going to do. And what do I mean? 2 things. Excuse me, it's never enough coffee in the morning. That's why W your Swift Energy gets rid of the coffee habit, gives you all that energy for the day. I got to order more soon. Anyway, 2 things I want to say pertaining to Cody after the low blow moment. If they turn Cody, you know who it is he's going to turn and align with. It's right there in your face. Look, because I guarantee you, this card, Night 1, basically was the middle finger from Creative telling TKO, fuck you, shut the fuck up, stay the fuck out of Creative.
Please don't kill the messenger.
Tell me I'm wrong. Don't worry, I'll wait. We'll light a cigarette, a doobie, whatever. Don't worry, I'll wait. Tell me I'm wrong. That's the first thing. The second thing, as it pertains to Cody Rhodes and him turning heel in WWE, that fan base is not prepared for it. They're not prepared for the heel Cody Rhodes that tried to take the Bullet Club from Kenny Omega, that did what he did in Bullet Club in Japan. This fan base ain't ready. Those of us who watched him after he left WWE and everything else, golf clap, golf clap. Wait. I got to give the perfect golf clap. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? If they go down that, exactly. If they go down that path, this fan base, especially the kids, are not ready. I guarantee you, if they turn Cody heel and final boss is who he aligns with, I was just about to mention that. Thank you, Tyler. Guess what? You better not fuck it up like you fucked up John Cena's heel turn, or you're going to have a lot of people pissed. Because that's going to be, what the fuck was this bullshit?
That's crazy.
Okay. Now, yeah, TJ, I know. Overall, I'm going to be generous. Okay. I'm giving Night 1 a C. C minus. Because a lot of this shit fucking had TKO written all over it. So I want to hear what your grades are. But now, later tonight, Night 2 from Las Vegas at Allegiant Stadium, WrestleMania Night 2. I'm going to give you the card, and then we're going to go over who I think should win. Now, that being said, folks, I'm telling you tonight, this one's going to be the moneymaker, and I got this 6 cents. It's going to be good. So, Night 2, first hour is going to kick it off on ESPN here in the United States. So that means it could be on ESPN Plus. Shit, we could end up seeing it on ESPN on cable. You never fucking know. But it will be the Beast, Brock Lesnar, against Obafemi. And I'm going to tell you now, Obafemi better go over. He has the momentum. He has the power. Oh, shit. That would be so good. Nope. We'll get to that in a minute, Butterface. We'll get to that in a minute. But let me tell y'all something. It has to be Obafemi. He's got the momentum. He's got fans doing the strut. He's had Brock's number for weeks. And after the promo he cut on Paul Heyman, there is, I guarantee it to you, a rocket ship up his ass. Tyler, I'm so sorry to come on. I can dig that. The only hard part is, and you're not gonna like me saying it, I'm not wrong. See? I'm gonna leave it at that. So that's all I gotta say. Now, 6-man action in a ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. Penta will defend it against Dragon Lee, JD McDonough, Javon Evans, Rey Mysterio, and Rusev. And we all know how violent ladder matches can be. I'm going to be honest. This is so uncomfortable. I want to say Penta retains. That's my pick. But in a ladder match, anything can happen. Penta could end up hurt, and they have to pivot. We all know how brutal Rusev is in terms of competition. We know how good Rey Mysterio is. We've skimmed the surface with Javon Evans. We know how good he is. We know how good Dragon Lee is in a ladder match. We know JD McDonough. Ya think? No kidding. And I don't say that sarcastically either. This is going to be a tough one. I'm going with Penta. I want to hear your predictions for night 2 in the chat as well. This one's going to be brutal. Then, Whoop That Trick Williams gets his shot against Sami Zayn for the United States Championship. I would have liked to have seen it to be Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams because we brought everything full circle from NXT. But is what it is. We'll see what happens. I'm going with you. I think this is Trick's moment. I truly believe that. I truly believe this is Trick's moment. It has to be. Then, with 3 cards matches left, I know everybody gonna want to see this woman get her ass whipped. The WWE Women's Championship. That's right. Mommy, Rhea Ripley, will challenge Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship. Let me explain something to you. Mommy is long overdue to recapture some gold. Jade Cargill, your title run, if I could sum it up in one word,
You ain't shit.
You have done nothing. Nothing. And I mean that. It has to be Oba. Because before we continue, I'm going to say this. I bet you by SummerSlam, Brock calls it. Because then the 2002 OVW class, Shelton Benjamin and Randy Orton are all that remain. Batista is gone. John Cena's gone. That's all that's going to remain if that happens. But I digress. Rhea Ripley has to win. She's been getting the attack for weeks on end. It must take place. That's what I'm anticipating, yes. If they keep the belt on Jade, you need to start rethinking a lot of what the fuck you're doing. That would be a Vince McMahon move. Yeah, I said it. If you're offended, kiss my ass. It has to happen. You've got to do it for this reason. And it is this. Her title run has been so lackluster. Name a time that she's defended it since she won it. Maybe a couple of times on TV, that's it. And this rehash of the baddies in AEW, no disrespect. B-Fab, Mia Yim, you should have just beat the shit out of her instead and said, fuck it. This is... This is Rhea's match. And then I've had one that I am dying to see happen. Dominic Mysterio. You and Judgment Day kicked out a founding member. Well, more than one, but you kicked out a founding member in Finn Balor. And well, he admitted he created this mistake, and now it's time to fix it. But to do it, he's got to go to a place he hasn't gone to in what? 4 years? Not since that shit show rope break with OTC, which we'll get to in a minute. Finn has summoned the demon. And Dominic Mysterio, you up against something you ain't never expected to face. You about to get that ass beat. Demon Finn with the W. And Tyler says, I have a question. Do you think WWE... I'll be honest with you. She was built up better in AEW because of the way they were doing it. She was defending it every couple of weeks, like every other week, 2 weeks, whatever. She finally loses it against Chris Statlander at Double or Nothing, comes back, regains it, drops it again to come here. They've just shit the bed since. Her title run since becoming champion, she shit the bed. It's ridiculous. I think it was better in AEW. She did a good job. They built her up to be a female Goldberg with the title. And I got to be honest. This has been, again, lazy fucking booking by Triple H. I don't get it. Tony Khan saw the potential and said, okay, this is how I think he booked. All right, we're going to get back to Dom and Finn in a minute, but Tyler, you asked, so I try to engage. All right. I was just about to say that. Here's my thought. Tony Khan, good or bad, saw something and said, okay, not the typical female pro wrestler that I would have. How do I book her? And to me, I think he went, okay, fuck it. I got an idea. So he pitched an idea to his creative crew, and they went, well, that's a good start, but let's go here, 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 and here, and then off to the races. And it worked. It worked. So I'm happy with that. I agree. She should have gone to NXT for a while, get some more reps, get comfortable. She can talk on the mic, don't get me wrong, but she needs work. Or as good old JR would say, she needs a little pepper on her steak, a little extra stank on it, some seasoning. Give me some barbecue ribs. I want my baby. Sorry. I was watching Austin Powers earlier in the morning. I shot the rotten, baby, yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah. But I digress. No, she's a heel. She's been a heel in NXT for a while. I've been impressed. When she did what she did in AEW with Toni Storm, I was happy about it. She had a great women's title run. She had a great way to close out her time to come here to WWE. I think that was special. She and Toni tore it up in a bloodbath. Toni winning, and then the end and whatever. But I'm gonna tell you right now. Ever since Mariah May, aka Blake Monroe, came to NXT, she's done a great job as a heel. She can do it on the mic. This is her getting some extra reps. This is what they should have done when they got their hands on Jade Cargill. So, no disrespect to Jade. Great athlete, great look. You're not pushing up enough to say to the creative team, I want to defend more. What the fuck is the problem? I get it. You want to utilize her strengths. I'm not against that. My problem is for Jade. Plain and simple, bar fucking none. And I'll call it for what it is. It isn't just lazy booking. It's you didn't put her in NXT. Tyler's right about that. You did not. You know what you could have done? Stephen A. Smith interviewed this man the other day. Good idea. Have her sit under the learning tree of one Paul Heyman. I'm just saying. Wouldn't have hurt, but I digress. She could have learned a lot from Shawn Michaels too. I guarantee you with Blake Monroe, she's doing great things. And I expect this coming week on Raw or SmackDown, we're going to get JC Jane on the main roster, which she is long overdue. Shout out to her. But back to the demon, Finn Balor and Dirty Dom Mysterio. Dom, you are the dude wipe after your wipe. I'll give Pat McAfee credit for that one because that was fucking funny. You are a dude wipe after your wipe. But more importantly, you're the shit stain that just won't go away in the wash. So, Demon Finn for the W. Oh, and one last thing. Dominic Mysterio, you deserve this. Because goddamn, you smell like ass. But now, it's main event time, baby. First time ever, he's closing the show. The best in the world, CM Punk, will defend the World Heavyweight Championship title belt against the OTC, the 2026 Royal Rumble winner, Roman Reigns. These guys have not touched since their little skirmish after Punk told Roman wouldn't be alone much longer because he was going to put him next to his father. And we saw him in his promo the other day tell Roman to his face that he apologized for invoking his father's name. Truly apologized. Both great promos. They have not gotten physical since they both each took a, trip through the announce desk. Bar none. I have to go with CM Punk. If they go Roman, then there's one of two things. One, something is wrong with Punk's health and they need to pivot, meaning he could be sick, he could be injured, anything is possible. if they don't, I swear to God, if they take it off of him simply because, they want to switch it up. Yes, Punk goes out on his shield at WrestleMania's main event. No, qualms about it. I ain't mad at it. I think it'd be fine, but it has to be Punk. And the reason I say it needs to be Punk is one reason. You now have the fans cheering for him like they always have. He's on a wave. It has to happen. You have to do something. And I'm happy, but here's the problem. If you fuck this up, I mean, really fuck it up, and you put it back on Roman, you're going backwards. You're not going forwards. You have to go forwards. No. As far as I know, this is no DQ. This is a straight match. I have not seen anything to indicate otherwise at this time. Nothing at this time to tell me different. Let me look at the card again. Let's pull the slide up. Yeah, this is a regular match. This is a regular match, Tyler. This isn't a no DQ scenario. I'll shit a brick if they go the scenario they went at WrestleMania 17 between Rock and Austin, where they announced it would become a no DQ match right before it started. But I digress. So, that being said, let me know your predictions in the chat, because now it's that time. We're going to take a quick commercial break, but when we get back, we're going to talk about ECW never introducing us to Lucha Libre, how it would impact pro wrestling. And then, Carlos Silva, I got something to say to you, you son of a bitch. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Stick around.
A.K.A. Farouk, and you're listening to Off the Top Rope Podcast. And if you're not, dead.
Hey, it's Chris Jericho here with the Blackheart Angels. And this week...
my God. Andrea
and...
Stacy.
And Stacy are going to talk about their experiences here at the Rhode Island Comic-Con meeting me. So you could say that the Blackheart Angels just made the list. Bye.
That's awesome.
Step in the storm, feel the ground shake. Wednesday night vortex, no escape. Lights flash, bodies clash, high stakes. We don't play games, we raise quakes. Yo, it's midweek madness, chaos in the zone. Fist swing heavy like a cyclone. Crowd on fire, bass hits your dome. Every strike written in blood and stone. Steel ropes rattle when the titans collide. Legends in the making, can't run, can't hide. Vortex spins wild, pulling all inside. On this canvas, only the strong survive. Step in the storm, feel the ground shake. Wednesday night vortex, no escape. Lights flash, bodies clash, high stakes. We don't play games, we raise quakes. From the alleys to the main stage, warriors bred. Pain's the language, everything said. Wu style fury mixed with 50s grind. Money, power, respect, leave weak behind. Yo, the crowd chants loud, blood pumps the beat. Every drop of sweat hits concrete. Warriors sworn, we never retreat. On Wednesday night, we bringin' the heat. This ain't no dream, this is live combat. Storms in the ring, you can't outlast that. Spin in the vortex, feel the impact. Once you step in.
We're back. I'm glad everybody got their libations because it's now time to dive into something I love to talk about. And that is, what if? We're going back in time to the mid-90s. ECW was gaining momentum, and they decided to bring new, innovative concepts. And one was lucha libre from Mexico. And I want to ask, if ECW never did that, what would the impact on pro wrestling be? So let's go down a little bit of memory lane and introduce that to some of you that may or may not know. ECW was the little engine that could that helped revolutionize pro wrestling in the 90s. One of those elements was, in fact, facilitated between Paul Heyman and this good-looking dude back then, as the ladies would say, Conan, a.k.a. Keeping It 100. Shout out to Conan for that. We love you, brother, here. But he helped bring in the lucha libre style to ECW and expose it to the U.S. fan base. The likes of Psychosis, La Parca, Juventud Guerrera, Rey Mysterio. All those guys, including helping facilitate real style moves like Eddie Guerrero. We got Hoovy, Psychosis, Super Crazy. I could go on and on. But if it wasn't for that, we would not know about promotions like AAA, CMLL, hell, no Lucha Underground, no Sammy Guevara, no Rey Fenix, no Pentagon Dark or Pentagon Jr. Penta. Shit. Would we know about Andrade El Idolo, a.k.a. Andrade? There are so many gifted, talented luchadors that have walked through the halls of AEW, WWE, TNA, and so many other places. If ECW, I want to know from the chat, if ECW does not introduce us to Lucha Libre, what happens? Let me ask you that serious question. Would you know about Mr. Iguana? Would you know about one Alberto El Patron? Alberto, I get in trouble all the fucking time. I mean, seriously, ask yourselves that question. If Paul Heyman and Conan do not collaborate and introduce us in the 90s to Lucha Libre, would we ever end up getting what we got with Lucha Underground, which introduced us to the likes of, I don't know, Killer Cross, Ricochet, the guy Killshot, a.k.a. Whose house? It definitely needs to be asked. And that's the big one. WCW would not have had the idea to come up with the cruiserweight division to keep the momentum of the Monday Night War in their favor. KB is correct. He read my mind. So there's a lot of different elements to this that I think without doing it, we would not have a Hall of Famer in Rey Mysterio. You wouldn't have had the Lucha Brothers. Shit. I'll put it to you like this. Hell, Aerostar, Mil Muertes. I could fucking go on. Matanza Cueto, a.k.a. Jeff Cobb. You would not have all this stuff. Shit. You would have never seen in one of the greatest LU matches I'd ever seen. Reclusa, a.k.a. Chelsea Green, against Pentagon Dark in a man versus woman or intergender match. And I'll tell y'all right now, we wouldn't have got it. We'd have got screwed. So, Paul Heyman, I give you your flowers, kind sir, because without your genius, to see that, the cruiserweights don't come in. We don't get Chris Jericho. We don't get Dean Malenko. You facilitated, along with Conan, opening the door to set up the cruiserweight division. So I want to know what everybody else thinks. I know KB said it best. Oh, no shit. Bar none. Plain and simple. Guaranteed. Fact. Need I say more? But overall, and I'll tell you the truth, Heyman is the reason why we are all enjoying this type of wrestling style. Shit. You wouldn't get Sammy Guevara. I'll tell you that right now. Think about that. Okay. Taya Valkyrie. Wouldn't get her. Think about that. Chavo Guerrero. Think about that. I mean it. Oh, that should be a 7-star match. Period. End of story. Fuck Dave Meltzer. I can't begin to describe what would have happened if Heyman doesn't see that. I think the Monday Night War begins to shift sooner to WWF probably would have done it same time around them bringing in Mike Tyson. But it would begin to shift maybe a month or two sooner. But you don't get the cruiserweights without this. So I will say this. Paul Heyman. That's something I want to tell you.
Yeet. Yeah.
Okay?
Woo! 44, that's me! Get some cold cuts, get some cold cuts, get some cold cuts. Woo!
I can't explain that any better. So I was just about to propose that. Now imagine this for a minute, folks. KB brings up a valid point. Let's say they all stick it out in ECW. Now, mind you, we know ECW ends up hitting the financial brick wall and ends up closing. But what if it didn't? What if we kept the cruiserweights in ECW and that pushed the momentum for them so much? Oh, that would have been fucking insane. Dope as fuck. We'd have got Eddie and RVD in 97. That would have been huge. That would have been main event on one of their pay-per-views. I'll tell you that shit right now. Okay? If the cruiserweights would have stayed in ECW, here's how I see it playing out, folks. One, they're able to gain more traction, more momentum. They get more TV. Viacom or TNN may not cut the deal with WWE. Probably still would. But guess what? ECW would be able to do what they wanted to do, and maybe, just maybe, intertwine with the WWF. Think about it. Because we all know they eventually went there. But what if ECW had that momentum and Vince saw that and said, wait a second. Paul's number 2. I got a problem. I just kicked WCW's ass, but I want to work with him. Do the math. Cruiserweight division, a.k.a. light heavyweight division on Raw in the WWF back then. Think about that. It would have been insane. Oh, that's another good one. Ooh. Eddie and Candido, Rey Mysterio Candido, shit, La Parka, Psychosis, Hoovy, Super Crazy. Jesus Christ, we would have got a lot of good combos out of it, KB, no doubt about it. All right. Overall, this impacted so heavily that, well, what more can be said? Can't say anything more than that. Muff said. Okay? So, let me know what the rest of you think in the chat. But overall, ECW doesn't introduce Lucha Libre to the States. I don't think WCW wins the war. I think the war ends sooner. Because that helped facilitate bringing fans in to keep interest. You may not get the Nitro Girls, all that other stuff that would eventually implode, but it could have moved Paul Heyman into the number 2 slot as a promotion where networks were going, what the fuck is he doing over there? Get me the checkbook, would you? Mr. Heyman, $200 million, up to production, book a solid arena, we'll help get you through it. We're going live. He could have ended up on Fox Sports. Could have ended up on Fox. Period. Instead of doing what they did with the early days of TNA when they left pay-per-view. Remember the Fox Sports Hour on the internet? Innovative, and it was the early days of you-know-what. So, I'm telling you all now, you don't get the cruiserweights. You don't get some of the dream matches that KB said could have happened. You don't get the momentum to stay 83 weeks fucking straight. Because I guarantee you, no cruiserweights, Bischoff starts to lose. And then Ted would have pulled the plug. Think about that. But now, the main event, the moment that you've been waiting for. Psych, gotcha. I usually, lately I've tried to give my unbiased, calm self to all of you. I may have one or two mini rants in me today, so if you wouldn't mind, share this with people because this one won't get ugly. Like I said at the top of the program, Grind My Gears needed some routine maintenance, lube, the rep sheet. It'll be back to your normally scheduled Asylum program starting next week. But Carlos Silva. Ever since your partnership with WWE, you have been the booking team's pussy ass bitch. You pissed off MJF. You fucked us out of MJF and Nick Nemeth. I'm not standing for that. Not standing for it. Mr. Silva, I'll say it again.
Batman, how'd you get here?
Your angel of death awaits.
You ain't the Bat. Who are you?
I warned you. You pissed us off. You even had a match that involved Javon Evans, Leon Slater. You fucked us out of that. You become Triple H's whooping boy. That don't sit well with me. So for that, you have forced our hand. I had to go to a place that I didn't think I had left in me. I had to go to a fucking place that I didn't think I had left. You left me no choice. Mr. Silva, you need to come to the front of the congregation. It's time we talked. Oh, Carlos. Where do I begin with you? You came out of obscurity and now run TNA Wrestling. You basically fucked Juan Scott D'Amore so far up the ass with no lube with a 7-sided dildo that you basically forced him to resurrect Maple Leaf Pro, which I'm happy about. Now, here you look like a nerd who couldn't get laid in high school and was part of the camera crew. Dude, get some muscle on you. You look like you're a pussy. Show your teeth more often unless you're wearing dentures, in which case, gum job. Blah, 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 blah. All right. I can't begin to describe how much your voice annoys the flying fuck out of me. People say, I got one. Bitch, you take the cake. I mean, look at you here. Trick Williams beats Joe Hendry to become TNA World Champion. You got your head hung down like a pussy-ass bitch. What happened? Did your balls drop off? Then you'll look happy again when Mike Santana finally gets his hands on the TNA Championship. Not once, but twice. Shout out to the TNA World Champion. Met him. Cool-ass dude. Then you fuck us out of this one. This would have been intense. The promo that Max cut on Busted Open, he shouldn't have had to cut. That was a bullshit move. And then Ricochet and Leon Slater, you fuck us out of that. Are you kidding me? You pull Leon Slater out. Kind of like what your dad should have done when he was fucking your mom and you were born. Shit. You have become TKO's pussy bitch. Now, you don't hear me in the Joker voice because right now, I don't have the makeup for it. Because that's when the transformation begins, kiddos. Uh-oh. 1 second. Hi, kiddies. It's me, Eric the Joker. So, I see Mr. Silva pissed Eric off. You stupid bastard. Jeff Jarrett, when he founded the company, had the brains not to fuck that shit up. You are the male Dixie Carter.
Get him.
Except not the MILF-looking Dixie Carter before she became a character on TV. You have screwed in 1 week 2 great dream scenarios. World champ MJF against Nick Nemeth in another promotion. That's fucking money you just fucked another independent company out of. Now, if you found out, oh shit, I double booked Nick for something, that's different. You could have rescheduled, but you ain't got no balls. You look like your mama should have swallowed or your dad should have had a stronger pull-out game.
Get him.
You look like somebody who, quite frankly, is a mutant male version of, like I said, Dixie Carter, except without the nice MILF-looking tits. Okay? You want to know what else, Carlos? And now my voice is back. Carlos, you spit in the fan's face. $5 tells me you're the cocksucker who didn't want to change the name back to TNA Wrestling and get new TNA titles. You're the cocksucker that pushed Scott D'Amore out. Why do you wear that hat? What are you afraid of? That big bald dome of yours looking, all you gotta do, curve line straight down the middle. And you can officially say he's an actual real life dickhead because he does have a dick for a head. Are you offended? Fuck you. Don't care. Like, dude, you have become TKO and Triple H's pussy. Pussy. Like, dude, even I would have stood my ground and said, no, fuck you, I made a promise. It shows you got no balls. You got no manhood. If it would have been here in Buffalo and you did that, trust me, you would have pissed an entire fan base off who would have wanted your fuckface, ugly, nerd, camera, crew, video, club looking ass on site. Your head on a pike. Carlos, all you got to do is effectively communicate why you pulled out. All you got to do. But no, that would require a brain, which apparently you don't really have. That's why you have, ECW legend Tommy Dreamer, because he has the brain. You got your head up your taint. You had Scott D'Amore, and you fucked that up. You got the AMC deal, because guess what? Scott had enough momentum to realize, okay, bring back the TNA brand. We keep hearing it. Create new belts. Give it a whole fresh look. Look where you were at. AMC. Christ, I can't believe I'm fucking saying this. You're on cable. Do you want TNA to fall back to the dark days? Because that's what the fuck you're going to do. You're going to piss me off. Because I am a TNA fan. Have been from day one. Day one. Day one. TNA fan. Okay? Big TNA fan. And to see Scott D'Amore take TNA out of obscurity, get it watchable again, because no thanks to Dixie Carter and Anthem, you cocksuckers fuck the fans so far, no lube. If you would have faded off the face of the planet, it would have been like, a pimple on our butt cheek that got popped. You just look like the hair in the pore that needs to get plucked while we're popping it. I mean, Carlos, do you really think for a fucking... Oh, my God. Dude, if Nemeth was injured or Levon Slater was injured and you pulled him, that's all you had to do. You don't know how to communicate because you're a puss. Okay? And for the love of Christ, I'm begging you, don't become a TV character. You're just gonna piss everybody the fuck off. Okay? I can't even begin to tell you how much this makes me want to vomit. Okay? I can't fart. This is how much it makes me sick to my stomach. I want to puke. I want to fucking vomit. What I have seen, I can't even breathe with the shit that I've had to witness because of your stupid, ugly, fuckface, no heaven ass booking brain. What? You don't have common sense or a thought in your head? Shit. I'm glad the Knockouts division is doing fine. I love what they're doing with Rosemary. You brought the return of Allie. I want to eat the bunny. If you know, you know. Okay. Yes. Controversial. Bringing back Tessa Blanchard. And that's a whole separate entity. Tessa's gotten roasted in this. Since then, I guess she's learned. So shout out to her. Everybody deserves a second chance no matter what they do. And if you don't let shit go and open your heart to that, you got a problem. We'll talk about that in a moment. But Carlos Silva, if you take TNA back to the dark times, I swear to fucking Christ, you're going to have a TNA fan base going to hunt you the fuck down and fuck you up. So, with that said, Mr. I look like I was part of the video cam crew in high school and couldn't get laid. Time to fry.
Oh, I got a live one here. Oh, there'll be a hot time in the old town tonight. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did.
And the only reason I'm not screaming, well, if you know, you know. So I'm being respectful of that, gentlemen. But my point to you all is this. Carlos Silva, don't fuck this up. For the love of God, I'm begging you. Back the fuck off. Because quite honestly, all you're going to do is screw up a TV deal. And then I will laugh when Scott D'Amore sticks it up your ass, buys TNA, and merges it into Maple Leaf Pro and does something special. I'd rather have Scott D'Amore running it than you. You should just be the one cutting the checks for payroll. And the mere fact that you aren't fucking paying the talent appropriately, that speaks to how much of a shitty booker you are. I better bite my fucking tongue on this. You greedy, selfish, backstabbing, no care for the fans or talent piece of dog shit on the bottom of your motherfucking shoe. To hear that you're not paying talent what they should be getting paid, or at least something decent, sorry, that's bullshit. At least your predecessor was smart enough to say, okay, listen, I can do this, I can do this, I can't do this. We'll figure it out. Carlos, hand it back to Scott D'Amore and fuck off. He would at least have the balls to stand his ground and tell TKO, okay, listen, you ain't gonna, no. He would have stood his ground and told TKO, fuck you. I promise those two promotions, that particular match, that is what I'm giving them. Deal with it. I promise next season, you're going to get Mr. J from time to time. Believe me. You have my word. You got a little taste, but I got to tease you. Because you see the man behind the makeup. Trust me, when the makeup comes on, put your kids to bed, because it's for the adults only. This makes me want to movie How High. Big ass bottle of baby powder and let that motherfucker flow. Boom! Boom! You bitch. That's all I got to say. So go back to being the little nerdy punk boy who thinks he's going to get laid and start fucking paying the talent decent. Okay? Anthem can fucking afford it. AMC can fucking afford it. Quit being a selfish, greedy son of a bitch. You cocksucking motherfucker. Well, folks, that is that for this week. Tonight, night 2 of WrestleMania, the Monday night, it will be Obafemi, Brock Lesnar. It will be Jade Cargill, Rhea Ripley, Women's Championship. Sami Zayn, Trick Williams, U.S. title on the line. The Demon King returns, and he's going to make Dominic Mysterio his bitch. And the main event will be none other than the World Heavyweight Championship. The best in the world, CM Punk defends against the 2026 Royal Rumble winner, Roman Reigns. Before we get out of here, I'm going to give a sneak peek to next week. A moment in pro wrestling. Controversial. And it's one this is so uncomfortable. I got it. A moment in pro wrestling history. The night Undertaker crucified the Texas Rattlesnake. It left an image and an impact, all right, and it was very controversial. It got a lot of people talking, and then some. We're going to dive into it and get Gunner and Nekro's take on it. They'll be back next week. Nick had some other things he had to take care of. Gunner had some issues he had to tend to. But we will see them all next week, I promise. I love you all. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you watch Night 2 tonight. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, stay notified, never miss an episode. If you missed the girls yesterday for Black Hearts Angels, make bloody sure you go see the replay. And if you missed the Pod Mob Men Friday night, make sure you tune in for that because they bring the fire. Shout out to Uncle Fats. Get well soon, brother. Shout out to the boss himself, Blackheart. I hope you're doing okay. Nothing but love, brother. I wouldn't be here without you. You know that. Shout out to all of you tuning in every single week. Don't forget to check out our friends at the Hardcore Sports Network, led by Mitch. Shout out to him as well. Partnership. Love, nothing but love, baby. We love you. Okay? So, with that being said, wait a second. I almost forgot. Where was I? Never gets old. But for myself, for Mr. Nekro, Gunnar Moody, the entire Pod Mob, all of Hardcore Sports, playoff hockey is here. Tune in tonight. In between matches, the Sabres and the Bruins at 7:30. I got a funny feeling a lot of you are going to be tuning into WrestleMania. I'll be just like the Monday Night Wars, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'll leave it at that. So, that being said, I love you. I thank you. Tune in next week because it's about to be a hell of a good ride. And guess what? The season for pro wrestling doesn't end. A new chapter begins starting tomorrow night.
That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
So, I'm looking at my watch. It's about that time. We're desperately out of time. We gotta go. But tune in next week. I think you'll like it. And remember, programming note, May 17th or May 24th will be our summer season finale. And side note as well, make sure you show love to your moms on May 10th. May 10th is Mother's Day. Don't forget to show your mothers love. Capiche? I know it's a little early, but I don't give a shit. I'm letting y'all know now. Don't fucking forget. Do that. So with that being said, this is the Wrestling Asylum. I am Eric the Joker, aka EJ. So long till next time. And don't forget to spread the word, show the love, check out the merch, all that stuff. Because if you don't, what the hell were you fucking thinking? Take care, everybody. So long till next week.